All right, this is Tim Rogers from Dodgers 2080 and Dodgers Nation. I have outfielder Damon Keith with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes to talk about what's been going on with him lately. Damon, welcome to our little chat.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you've gotten off to a really good start this year. I jotted down a few numbers. 140 at bats, you're slashing 336, 462, and 543. And for you uninitiated, that's average on base percentage and slugging percentage. And then also some other number I think is really interesting is 4 outfield assists already. So defense, hey, like they say, defense wins games and defense loses games. Some of us oldies believe that still. I still do. So what are your thoughts so far, on what's been on your numbers so far?
Well, I mean, going out there when it gets out on the field, I try not to focus on them too much. Just going out there and just playing hard. Just leave it all out on the field and do everything I can in any way, whether that's defense, hitting, base running, whatever it is that I can do to help the team win, and that's just, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and just keep on doing that every day.
Great. So just we talked about this before. Were there any interesting things that you did as a kid or that your parents did to help prepare you for what you're doing right now?
I mean, since I was a little kid, it was just baseball the whole time. I think the only thing I did besides baseball, I played basketball for about 1 year, and that was very short-lived. But, get it from my uncle. He was a 3-sport athlete through high school, college, and then my grandpa's always been with him too, so it was just passed down to me, just working hard and doing as much as I can.
I'm assuming you played a ton of travel ball?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, every weekend.
Yeah, I went through that with one of my sons. Not as much, though, because that ended after a certain period of time. Let's see. So one of the interesting things that's coming up is an interesting anniversary. Your draft anniversary. So you were drafted last year by the Dodgers. You were the only player that signed that was actually not a pitcher, which is the Dodgers are going all after pitching. You can tell by their roster. They got, I think, 100 pitchers on this roster and like 5 position players. So what are some thoughts maybe in reflection about draft day and maybe even some things about some of the guys that are hoping to get drafted today?
Honestly, that day for me, it was just personally, I felt like with what I've been doing, like I just trusted my work and everything that I put in. And at the end of the day, I just trusted that whatever God's plan was for me, it was going to be what it was. And I'm very thankful to be drafted by the Dodgers, and it's a great organization. It's been an amazing time being here, and definitely look forward to keep on going.
Yeah, was there, what type of anxiety did you have? Since the draft, it used to be 40 rounds, then it went to 5 for one awful year, then it went back to 20. So was there anxiety about even being drafted, or what?
I think there was probably a little bit there, but it just, at the end of the day, whatever it was, if it didn't happen, then I'd go back to school and just keep working on it and come back the next year and keep doing the same thing over. So
yeah, that must have been tough. Just to go through that. And then last year you had your first professional, experiences, but then this season you got to have your first real spring training with, at the Dodgers minor league complex. What are some insights or thoughts that you had about going through your first spring training?
It definitely was good. Being out there with all the guys, top to bottom, it's definitely a great experience. A lot of knowledge in that clubhouse, and just being able to pick every guy's brain and learn like little bits and pieces here and there. Advice going forward, it definitely was a great experience, and it was definitely a fun time being out there.
Did you get a chance to meet any of the former major league players that are on coaching staffs and things like that? We saw Dontrell Willis out there who's doing announcing for the Dodgers, and the Dodgers always have other people out there. Did you get a chance to work with any of them?
Hitting wise, top to bottom, there's a lot of guys that have been playing before, so we're always working with them, and it's a great time. Defensively, we got guys across the board as well, and even being in the dugout too in some of our spring training games, having Dontrell there was definitely a little added character, which was good. Added some lightheartedness to the dugout.
Yeah, he's been a huge hit. I mean, a lot of people really enjoy his broadcast. So, welcome to the Dodgers organization, D-Train. So, you got basically your first 2 months at Rancho. I know you're more of a local kid, so it's not that big of a difference for you. But what are some of your thoughts and reflections just on playing with the Quakes and playing in this area?
I mean, obviously being close to home, it's nice. Always having the family out is always a good thing. I mean, either way, whether it was close to home or on the other side of the country, it's a great experience being able to play and just continue to do our thing. Being here, it's definitely been a great time. A lot of good coaches, Shu, Nav, Blake, Okoye, like from top to bottom. It's a great knowledge and great learning experience for everybody. Just trying to better your game in every way you can every day, and it definitely helps.
Yeah, and folks, there's a reason the Dodgers, who every year draft lower in the first round, but they're still churning out amazing talent. So something to note that the Dodgers player development is definitely elite. Let's see. So you have a really good start this year. You were the player of the month in April for the California League. I better say PCL. Not yet. Coming though. So what are some things that has really been working for you this year?
I think just going out there, not trying to do too much. Just continue to stick with what I've been doing. Just going out there, being aggressive, and just having fun with it, and just letting everything play out how it is, and just working on the consistency every day, coming in and just giving it everything you got and working hard at it.
Yeah, the times I've been out here, I can see there's a lot of fun out here. You guys seem to have a good time, and baseball should still be fun, even though it is a job. So, kind of wrapping up a little bit, what are some things you're focusing on to improve with?
I mean, everything across the board always can get better. Just trying to focus on keeping that defense clean and tightening things up, and just improving that in any way I can. And then obviously in the box, always trying to get better. Just going up there, consistency is a good thing, and just trying to work on that and being able to stay on the even keel every day, day in and day out.
Cool. Well, that's. Do you have anything else to add?
No, sir.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you taking your time, and we're looking forward to be honest, seeing you get promoted to Great Lakes soon. That's just my guess, but I'm not in charge. But if I was, he'd probably be on his way. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, bud. Thank you.